welcome back to 4 Geeks by Geeks, the place where geeks come to geek out. I've missed you guys.
Everything in me not TL autism.
Oh my god!
But you still did it. You just said it took everything in me not to before you said it.
I had to hit.
You failed yourself.
You still said it, and then what you said was, I'm just going to add 8 words in front, and then it's going to be okay.
He's not wrong.
You guys, what happens before we actually hit record is wild. No, actually, what happens while we hit record is wild. And then what happens before we cut
Would
that
get
shit
us
out.
canceled.
And 5.
Hey, if this
take
is your first episode of Cloudscape, why did you start with 14? Is my first question. Second of all, thank you for being here anyway. We do this each and every Thursday live here on Twitch, and you can also watch it back on YouTube and podcasts. This is our ongoing TTRPG using Fate Core.
It's fate.
It is fate. And a long time ago, we had a skydive into episodes 1 through 8, and maybe we've had another one since. I don't know.
It's hard to remember.
It is.
You're really showing the timeline, Bozer.
But we talked about how much literally fate and the dice have completely altered this timeline of the story, and I just think that's awesome.
As well as fate points when somebody's like, this would be funny.
I can't believe that whole thing was my fault.
Josh.
Just dicking around, and then Josh was like, "You dicking around? Game."
You said it. Reality.
It's canon now. But hey, let's see if we can maybe get everybody in the same room this episode. I don't know. We'll find out.
I'm busy. I got a bunch of chores I gotta do. So
Theo literally has chores and things to do.
I'm sleeping.
Honk, shoe.
Oh.
Honk, shoe. Me,
like a cartoon duck. Yeah.
Me.
I think we figured out
Blowing
what
the little
Austin's
hat
drawing today.
The ball on the cat. I'll say.
At first I had no idea what was happening.
I thought he was saying hunk and chew, and I was like,
Honk, shoe.
what is it?
Honk, shoe?
Is
But
that
then
a
I was
Canadian
like,
slogan?
oh, he's sleeping.
No, that's a freaking.
Yeah,
it's like
it's Donald
old, like,
Duck.
50s, 40s cartoons.
Yeah.
I got it, bud.
Hey, I might be old, but I'm
Ignore
not
these
that
old
old.
timers.
We'll explain it to you after this session, Bozer.
Okay.
Some of us are cultured, some of us aren't. That was
Some of us had
Pretty clear.
cable, some of us didn't.
You guys never
Some of
see?
us grew
You never
up with
got? You never see
seasoning
the
in their
Drake
food.
memes?
It was
Where
like,
it's like Drake the kind of guy to twiddle his fingers in front of donuts and say, "Don't mind if I do." Right? There's one where it was like Drake the kind of guy to sleep like honk me shoo honk me shoo.
I
You never
missed
seen
those.
are we talking about running through the 6 Drake, or are we
Yes.
talking about? Okay.
Yeah, Drake. Wait,
Yeah.
not Drake Bell. No one cares about
Resident
that guy.
Canadian.
Drake Bell. What's
I
the other
do.
person I was going for?
No,
I don't
you
know.
don't.
Oh, who's the other Drake? There's only 2 Drakes.
Bozer, I need you to look me in the eyebrows. You do not care about Drake Bell.
Oh, I don't care about Drake Bell.
Piece of
Stop
shit.
caring.
Are you talking to me? Because
I don't know what
that's
Drake
not who
Bell
I was
did.
talking about.
He's a groomer.
Oh, I don't care about Drake Bell.
Thank you.
yep.
Anyway,
Okay,
let's jump into today's episode of Cloudscape. Last time on Cloudscape, Kit recently finding out that her dad exists, he's alive, but doesn't know who she is, kind of. Has a bit of an emotional breakdown and is consoled by Nariah Kai, taken back to Syrkon, where they discuss what happens next. And Syrkon unveils his whole plan on using your father, Kit, to lure Kieran Gold to his infamous room and do what Syrkon does to find where Syrkon's father is, Brutus Sirocco, who apparently basically sold his children into slavery to pay off his debts to Kieran Gold. And Naraya coming back and tepidly allowing you guys into the Knights of Axiom, gaining some trust there, shares that they have been trying to fight the progress of Xodyssium because it was a timeline not meant to occur, based on a certain handwritten tome that she discovered. The journeys of some unknown author who has traveled throughout the towers and seemingly even down to planet level. And they found that there are certain truths in that book that are just too uncanny not to trust. So the Knights of Axiom have taken it upon themselves to fight the progress on that. And she shared how your father was involved, how he created a mechanical disadvantage in the Institute of Progress, and then sent in to fix it, to steal that formula that would take X to the next level. But they were lacking some equipment to really test it and expand on its true nature. That's why Liana was sent in the first place. But unsuccessful, she escaped without any sort of equipment. And then you were both huddled off to bed to dream of what's to come today. Meanwhile, in the Iron Corners, Wayland and Theo were just about to fight Ren Jebsen, the Arch Luminary of Engineering. He unveiled the spider-like tentacles of some mechanical engineering he had on his back. You fought like crazy. Yes.
I would like to add a caveat and adjust. We did not get in a fight. We defended ourselves from Ren.
Withholds.
Sustained.
Sustained, that's the word. You defended yourself against Ren.
Thank you.
You went blow for blow. Wayland, you accessed your X-given abilities using wind power to your advantage. And together, even though, Theo, I wasn't sure whether you were going to get involved in this fight or die, but nay, you delivered the killing blow on the Arch Luminary of Engineering.
Objection,
Twice.
Your Honor.
Twice.
He did it the
No.
first time. He did it the
You
first time.
suplexed this man from 20 feet.
That was
then-
pretty
But I
At
feel like-
max,
but I feel
max,
like-
Theo was providing a service by taking him out of misery.
I just feel like I remember. I feel like I remember like
Hypothetically.
a stab, right? I feel like I remember a stab, and then I feel like I remember.
Man, it's really crazy. The mechanical like really shift your weight. So like sometimes when those things aren't locked into position, your weight can really fall forward onto something. It's just it's a dangerous thing.
I understand. Yeah.
All the while, Alsvid was sent to trail and figure out where they had taken the body of Alden Gold, Kieran's youngest son. So we're going to find out what happened to Alsvid in a moment. But first, I got to know, you just are standing over the dead body of Ren Jebsen. What would you like to do?
Theo takes out a cloth from his jacket and begins to wipe down the sword, and then takes out his cuticle nail kit and then starts scrubbing underneath Ren's nails.
Okay.
Theo is removing
Like in an
any
effort
evidence that
to
two
remove
of us
evidence?
were there.
You're going to have to roll for me.
That's fine.
Give me a...
I would like to argue connection or resources because Theo would have experience on what to do by defending questionable individuals. He would have the experience to understand what is going to be used as evidence in a court of law.
Yes, but connections is a no-go. Has nothing to do with who you know. I want to know exactly how well you are removing this evidence. So I need
I'm
either
charismatically
crafts-
doing it really well.
Give me
He's doing it-
crafting.
Oh my god! Wait, he's doing it like a beautician. Like he's got the.
Yes.
No, give me crafts.
You telling me of everything here, craft is the best we can come up with?
Crafts or burglary? I need something physical and with small detail.
That's fine. That's a 3. Because both of those are 0 for me, so I was very nervous.
Okay. I'm just going to make a little note here. Okay, so you are trying to remove evidence.
I feel like Wayland is feeling pretty conflicted right now, right? Because going into the fight, my perception of Theo is like, oh no, why are you up here? You're gonna die, and I already feel like this is gonna be a hard thing to like get out of alive, right? And then he like did well in combat and just like murdered this guy, right?
Objection, Your Honor.
Okay, sorry.
Defended.
He eviscerated this guy. He ended this guy's life. He snuffed him out, right? And I wasn't expecting that. And now he's like cleaning up after himself, and I just feel like this guy could be a professional killer. You know, I'm like, I feel like I'm seeing potential in him, in his abilities and his attention to detail. I feel like, huh?
Do you have any blood on you?
I mean, I don't know. Probably. He
burn
stabbed him in
these.
front of me.
We need to burn these clothes. We need to stay underground. No rooftops. No street level. Time to go.
I'm trying to think if there's anything. Does he have an office in here? Did we see it from that top level? Or is that just a mezzanine? This is like a temporary space, right? I just can't remember. He didn't have a desk or anything.
No, upstairs, you rolled a perception and you noticed there was like catering tables, there was high tops. It was more of like an observation viewing deck, not like a workspace.
Yeah, okay.
But you could, if you want to look for one.
No, it'd be. We don't want to hang around too long. I guess like
Ooh.
nobody's gonna call the cops. Like it's not like we're.
Actually, I'd like to roll perception for cameras.
Okay.
That's a 2.
I could help with that if that's not good enough.
How do
I
you
don't know
help?
if that- does it work like D&D to like let him roll twice, or I just don't know.
Well,
Like,
Austin,
the
your
help
burglary is probably better.
Yeah, my burglary is
so-
excellent. He was rolling
could-
perception.
Yeah, but you could argue burglary to do the same thing Theo is, to also
yeah,
look for
like-
cameras.
Get up there. And...
Yeah, why don't you just both roll?
Sure. Okay. Net 0, so that's a 3.
So yeah, you're looking around, and this space right now is pretty dimly lit. They kind of took down a lot of the fancy lights, or not. They didn't tear it all down. They just turned them down. But so it's some low level lights at this point. At quick glance, you do notice maybe like some small red lights in the corners.
Can I invoke giving up the ghost to add a +2 to that in the effort of like remaining anonymous?
Sure.
You still don't see nothing.
Good as oh,
Yeah. So then those small red lights. Once you keen in on one, then you know what to look for, and you notice at each corner of the room.
Are
there
they
is a small red
externally?
light. You'd have to. You're on the floor, and it's a
Can I
fairly large
zoom
room.
up there?
You can
To
try
one of
yeah.
them? All right, that's burglary again, I guess.
Or you also have airbending powers at this point.
Yeah.
That's true. I guess, but it's like a 0 versus a 3.
Sure.
Or can I just passively use them? Do I have to roll for expertise to float?
Yeah.
I do.
Especially
Then I
now
will-
that it's still very fledgling. For you.
Yeah. Then I probably would be better off with the
Oh, I forgot I have a whole
Claw's
aspect that
fucked
can
up,
help
isn't
me
it?
here. Duh.
my fucking.
oh yeah, one of your hooks
all
is bent.
That was. I mean, you could correct it. That was more of a boost. It was a one-time invocation
Oh, okay.
during the fight.
Okay. I'm not like
It's not
damaged.
permanently broken. No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm better off with my claw then.
Yeah.
That is a 4.
So yeah, you hook up to a space near a light and you can see that it's connected into the wall. you do see a small wire, and it goes into the wall.
Fuck. Okay. I guess then I'm gonna look for the security room. I guess, is there a roll to expedite it, or do I just, like, how long would it take me to go up and down the flights?
Like to search this entire factory, essentially?
Yeah, just this building, yeah, for the...
Go ahead and roll investigate, and I'll let you know how long it takes.
Oh, wait. No, I've got people on my payroll now in the vicinity. I need to go talk to them.
I think they evacuated.
One of them tried to, but the other one was still here.
Yeah, okay, I rolled, -1.
Oh no.
It's like Scooby-Doo, I'm like entering a door and then leaving the other door.
So while Wayland is searching this whole factory, and it's going to take some time with some -1, Theo, you go find the 2 guards. You both you paid them.
Yes. Where's everything recorded? Where's the hard drives?
Oh, I mean, this space it's its own kind of private space. Like, I think Mr. Jebsen kept those kind of things off site. I know there's a security space, but it's more for the security of the factory. It's not so much for this fight ring. And honestly, I think he recorded it for his own research.
Noted.
I don't
You
know
guys
that,
understand you didn't see anything, right?
One of them, like the one that you knew previously, is like, oh yeah, yes, Mr. Theo, for sure. The other one is like, I don't know. I might have seen something.
See, that's
Do I
really
hear
funny
that?
because you think at the moment you're going to get money out of me, but what's actually going to happen is if you ever say a word about what happened here, I'm not going to ruin your life. I'm going to ruin everybody's life you care about. I'm going to make you sit back and watch everything around you implode because you thought it would be a good time to get a one-up on me. So see something. I dare you.
Roll intimidation.
And I would like to use Man of Many Masks here.
Nice.
I also really would love to have heard this while I'm meandering around.
So with getting the +2 with Man of Many Masks, that makes that a 4.
Yeah, Wayland, as you're like looking indoors and you're just
Looking
like
under fabric.
you catch the like and you like stop and you check out because you just kind of witnessed Theo, another side of Theo, as he tore up Ren, and so now you kind of want to see what happened. And this guy kind of traps up his mouth, and the other guy that you knew previously is just like, no, bro, like, don't get it twisted. Theo's not a good guy. No offense, Mr. Theo, like, don't mess.
Cops will inevitably show up. You guys don't know what happened. If my name gets brought up, you find a way to redirect it. My partner's name gets brought up. You find a way to redirect it. And if they somehow find any evidence that we were here, you inform me immediately.
You got it. Do you guys
Pleasure doing business, guys. And he's going to slap him on the shoulder.
Do you want out of here? Like,
We got to look for... Where's his office?
it's off. He didn't really have an office here. I know he had a lab off-site.
You know the address?
Above my pay grade.
Is it common knowledge? If
No.
he's like a celebrity?
It's like a lot of these Arch Luminaries. They have a public-facing persona, and then they might have some private shit that...
So the
People
cops
don't
won't
really know about
necessarily
it.
be able to get these tapes either.
Based on the information you would assume it's not like going straight to the Citadel or anything.
So what you're telling me is this stuff is uploaded to the cloud?
To the cloud. Oh, I get it. I was like, no, that's not what we want. Don't give him that information. Don't put that in his head. But then it was a joke.
Yep. I like
Phew.
that. It's a good joke. I like that joke.
My concern is I gave Bozer bad ideas yesterday.
Uh-oh. Great.
What?
No ideas had. I'm a blank slate.
Okay. Then I guess we just get out of here, wait for Al, and then
All right,
the three of us go.
We're
bang
going to
up.
leave in about a half hour. You're going to go ahead and give the light guard a notice. It's probably going to be a little important. This Arch Luminary is now no longer with us. So don't want to get yourselves in a bit of a kerfuffle as, key witnesses.
I don't want to be here. It's just gonna fall on us.
No. You call in anonymously. And like I said, you didn't see shit, you didn't hear shit, you don't know shit. And we're all just gonna leave.
Oh, you could just wait. I'll walk up casually and be like, just leave it for the morning shift to find the workers.
Yeah, I like that. I like that version.
That's as anonymous as it gets.
We were gonna take the back way out of here,
Let's go.
and as they're about to head out, and they stop at that closet full of weapons, and they just like quickly open a door, grab 2 small handguns. Do you guys need anything?
I mean, it would be kind of cool to take a look. I mean something cool and gruff. What do you got?
I think Theo's also gonna grab a gun.
Okay. Basically, it's like a room of requirement with weapons. Like, this has been a storehouse for a number of years at this point.
Are there any other amputee upgrades in there?
Just for legs.
Damn it!
Just
Yeah.
for left hands?
Just like the cool spring legs.
Just for left hands.
Shit.
roll investigate.
Oh, okay, I was joking, but I mean, if I roll one into existence,
Sticks his hand in there and pulls out a M.
134 Gatling gun.
that is, what was the roll? Investigate.
Investigate, yeah.
As a 2. It's just a 2 only.
You don't
I don't know
find
why I'm
anything.
fucking ooh woo this morning. Fucking hell.
You don't find anything that's like specifically made for amputees, but you do find like the end of a chainsaw that isn't really connected to a motor. It's just kind of on its own. That you think, well, I don't know, maybe in the future I could.
I know a guy that could fix that.
That's pretty sick. Oh, also, I collected my things, right? Like I got my jacket and duffel bag or whatever that like I brought in because I obviously didn't fight with my fucking street clothes on, right?
Right, like anything that you guys brought in, especially as you're being careful to not leave any evidence. You're taking
Speaking of leaving evidence, though, I would like to take the rings from the thug I beat up and drop them near the corpse.
All right.
Awesome.
Make sure you wipe your prints.
I do it with my claw hand. I'm just kidding. That would be like the worst claw machine ever. Trying to get rings.
You're using your good hand to hold your pocket open.
Yeah, I'm like I can watch no prints. Ready? Damn it! Damn it!
All right. So, Wayland? Are you taking the chainsaw? Or are you taking something else?
I'll take the whatever. I'll put it in my bag. I'll stow it.
All right.
I know an engineer now.
Y'all have you have a gun, Theo, and you have a broken chainsaw.
See these guns, bro? Not worried.
And so they lead you back towards the tunnels that they originally were meant to bring Theo. They go down, they turn right, and they open a door, and it's leading up some staircases. And we're kind of underground at this point, so you go up a few staircases, through a hallway, up another staircase, and through a door, which opens up to into an alleyway, which is now raining currently.
Fantastic.
Wait, no, it's not. We're
Yes,
above
it
the
is. You already
clouds.
said it. Doesn't
It's
matter.
not raining. No, I've established in my mind that weather is pretty much always great here.
No,
Or-
that means it would always be
solid.
freezing.
Okay, we're not getting that.
You're the one trying to add in these weather stipulations.
There are heat generators on throughout the city to keep it a good temperature.
Because I did
Oh,
think about
that's-
that. We'd be freezing, like you can't breathe. I'm like, no. We're just ignoring that part of the science.
Simple.
There'd be some sort of condensation.
There would be clouds, but the clouds would be in the bottom, so it'd be just like puddles.
It'd be foggy.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
foggy, but
foggy.
we're just walking on clouds.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'd get foggy.
I don't
All right.
care if we want to
It-
have clouds above us too. It doesn't bother me.
Okay, then it's raining.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Also
It's
walking
freaking
away.
raining 'cause it
Fantastic.
can be
No take
raining.
backs.
Look, again,
brought-
it's just the city of mist.
What if we just bottled up some atmosphere when we jumped up and we we just moved the whole everything up?
So there's a
took
part
some
of the planet
cloud-
with
look,
no atmosphere, and everything just got shifted.
It's just like a
Yeah.
pocket.
If that's the case, then we're all on X.
That's exactly why the generators below the like turbines below suck the clouds down below the kind of civilization level, because
It's
you've all
raining
been
X.
inhaling
Hallelujah.
Uh-oh, we're all high as height.
and a lot of people wouldn't survive that, honestly.
Sure.
There's a small population that would. Anyway, it's raining.
Ooh, that's a note.
Well, that's been established. Not everybody can just
Well, we
inject,
started
take
our-
raw X.
X gonna give it to you.
Death.
X gonna give it to you, and X will take it away.
It's raining, and you opened up into an alleyway, and it's in a building that's not the actual plant that you just left. It's like a few buildings away. That's how kind of far you traveled in the underground.
We're heading to Theo's.
Okay, you walk in.
It's nighttime though,
Mhm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably poor, dimly lit. Not many people on the roads.
Yeah, especially now it's raining.
Yeah. Yeah. Just gonna walk to Theo's.
Is it like the wee hours?
Yeah, at this point, it's pretty late.
The wee hours. I just realized that's what I said.
Yeah, you did.
Is it the wee hours where every little boy gets up and goes pee? No.
3:32. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you guys are headed back to Theo's. Let's check in on Alsvid.
Whose last appearance was on episode 8.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
No, 9.
My.
I don't have anything for you for session 9.
It's because I didn't do anything. I just watched.
You just
Well,
All right, so Al, rewinding the clock a little bit, you were watching the fight. You saw Wayland win. You saw Alden Gold die. And then Wayland was taken away. And on this side of things, you're met with like a mix of shock. At first, it's like dead silent in the room. And then you kind of hear some excitement build up because the Golds aren't everybody's favorite person, but that's not something that they're going to say out loud in mixed company. But now this Gold is dead, so they can speak freely, and you're hearing people kind of talk some shit a little bit. You're hearing people rush to the betting tables. Did you place any bets?
I don't think I did.
Wait, I have a note on a note card.
Might have.
No,
Yeah.
you didn't. But at one point, Theo, when did you tell Al to trail Alden's body?
well, I just kind of like ushered him to follow when the body was being taken.
Yeah, they didn't speak directly. It was like
Okay.
Because I think he was in like the rafters is where we had left him previously because he was watching like top down. So when the body was taken away, Theo just kind of looked up to it and like ushered to kind of follow that direction.
How'd you get up there?
I just said he looked up and
No, how did Al get up in the rafters?
He was,
Superior climbing skills. I don't know.
he was just I don't know where he was, but he was pickpocketing from people. He was like going around. I don't know if he was
Oh
necessarily.
yeah, he was in the stands. He was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Rafters, bleachers, same
Thing. All right, so you got a head nod to kind of follow Alden's body. What are you doing?
Well, I gotta be sneakies.
It's just an ooh day. I don't know what to say.
Hey. I'm gonna. Oh God. So yeah, I'll give them, 15, 20 feet as they're leaving, and then I'm gonna just kind of eye what doors they're going, like the door they're gonna leave to leave this main area, and then I'm gonna try to sneak on behind them.
Okay, roll a stealth check just to see how well you do during all this.
Okay, that's a lot of zeros. That's okay though. It's a 4.
Oh, great. Literally great. So, as you're kind of hanging back and you see kind of this mass exodus of people taking the elevator, some are just skipping the elevator, taking this long way up with the stairs, and you're seeing some of the crew that you had previously seen the night before setting up the event. The cage is rising, and some of the crew kind of jump up there, and almost with much more respect than you had seen the other bodies be taken out of the ring, they carefully pull Alden down onto a rolling table, and one person takes off their jacket and just kind of places it over the upper half of his body, and there is just blood dripping down this table. And they push him through that set of double doors, that back entrance that we've gone through a couple times at this point. And as you're trailing, you can kind of peek your head through the door, and you see them go down a hallway and turn left down another hallway. You're silently, like they are kind of wrapped up in the gravity of the situation and what this means, and how upset the Golds are going to be about this, that they don't quite notice that you're trailing behind them. And as you kind of look down the corner, you see them go through another set of double doors, and then you lose sight of them.
I'm gonna keep pursuing them.
This set of double doors, I'll let you know, is kind of a push through, and it's got 2 skinny windows.
All right, so I'll like peek the window and then slowly push one of the doors, and then when I come through, I'm gonna do the whole like gentle like make sure it doesn't click hard. Maybe even like leave, like just in case I don't want to get locked in here, like leave it just with enough pressure to keep it unlatched, and I'm gonna turn and try to keep up with them.
So in this room is kind of a makeshift med bay. As you enter, the lights aren't on quite yet. Like they are searching for the switch, and so you're able to kind of quickly duck in and go around the corner and among one kind of a counter that's been thrown together. And they're at this body. They finally get the lights on, and there's 3 individuals around them, by the way. And one of them is like, "Oh shit, what the fuck are we gonna do? What the fuck? This is Alden fucking Gold!" And another one's like rushing through some cabinets, looking for bandages, looking for anything. And one female, the one that was kind of bossing around the guys previously, is like, guys, stop. He's dead. He's gone. That's it. End of story, period. And they just kind of stop what they're doing and take a breath, and The one guy kind of pulls back his jacket and sees Alden's eyes still like wide open and lulled back of his head. She's like, I'll make the call.
I wouldn't want to be on the other end. I wouldn't want to be the one making that call.
No shit.
I don't want to be the one making this call.
Yeah, Theo would love to make that call.
So
Well,
it's
Theo
like a,
kind of already made that call on accident.
Yeah,
This
Theo
is the
called it.
morning that the flowers
Theo
get sent.
called the newspaper.
Theo
So-
also sent flowers.
And sent
is there
flowers.
any other like? Is this room like empty, just makeshift like med bay, or are there other people like from previous fights in here, or?
Sure. Did I already tell you that kind of bird-like person? I want to call them Raptorans.
Oh no, you didn't tell us that.
Well, I had a thought 2 weeks ago, and I was like, that's a cool name for that species. So they're called Raptorans. The Raptoran is on another table, and Dave.
Damn.
Dave.
Just the guys that I fought. Hey.
And I guess, yeah, there's plenty of other bodies in here, so,
That he doesn't want to name.
yeah.
I'm
What's the guy
gonna.
in bed 6's name?
Tom.
How many beds? How many are
Great
open? What are their injuries?
Fuck you.
What are they talking
and
about?
Fuck you.
How are but legitimately, like, how are the conscious ones reacting? Are they like just shutting up? Is everybody like knocked out? Like,
Pretty much, if you left the ring conscious, then you left. Like, you were able to leave. It's not like a fight to the death situation every time, but there was a few deaths tonight. And so those bodies are here, and this crew is meant to dispose of them. But if you're like up and you're able to talk, then they expect.
Wait,
Walk
Dave's
it off.
dead?
No, Dave's not dead.
Oh.
I realized that Dave's not dead.
He's just
Dave
unconscious.
is my nan.
all right.
What did you say about Nan?
I said Dave is my nan.
She loves Dave.
I'm gonna try to like hop in like a wheelchair or another gurney or something like that, and just act passed out, because I wanna listen to this phone call. I wanna try to get some useful information out of this.
So you want to roll yourself closer and act passed out?
Well, not necessarily closer, but like if they happen to like go through the room, I'm gonna try to use that as like my cover.
Okay. Roll another stealth just to see how well you hide.
I'm going to use. Yeah, I'm gonna use my in too deep.
Nice.
works.
To re-roll because that was bad.
I'm in danger.
Oh, that was better. Let's see. That's another 4. Oh, no, it's a 5. Sorry.
Oh shit! All right. So you not only throw yourself onto another table, you're able
Break
to.
your own leg.
For cover.
You're quickly able to grab another like white sheet and, in one fell swoop, you like throw it over yourself, and completely still. While this woman, she's starting to pull out her phone, and one of the guys is just like pacing around nervously, and you feel the table you're on start to roll, and he's just like kind of pacing around the room, rolling you. He doesn't know what to do. The guy's like, "Bro, what the fuck are you doing? Dead body." It's like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I've got to do something.
What do I do with my hands?
What do I do with my hands?
I mean,
And
I'm
so-
just gonna kiss this dead body.
The only thing I can think to do.
I need to kiss something. And so he inadvertently rolls you like right up to Alden. And so you were right close. And she's like, "Can you just chill the fuck out? I need quiet." And so you can't see what's happening, but you can hear what's happening. And you hear like kind of a ring on the other side of the phone. And you hear a female's voice pick up. And hello? Who's this? Hi, Mrs. Gold. It's Clara. I don't know how to tell you this. Clara who? I work for Mr. Jepson. Oh. Yes? What is it? Were you aware that your son, Alden, was at the fight tonight? Good goddess. What has that boy gotten himself into?
Valhalla.
Or out of.
Mrs. Gold. Alden's dead.
Rip the band-aid off.
And you just hear almost 30 seconds of silence.
Swearing.
What is he? We're down below the smokestack. Would you like to see him? I'll be there momentarily. Click.
Timeline check.
Yeah, so that's been my question. So at what point are they finishing up their second bout?
So during all this time, Wayland, you have been sitting in the tank.
And then going upstairs and having a conversation and then having a fight.
Yeah, at that
and
point
then
you haven't
finding
even been
security
taken up.
cameras.
I guess we'll see how timelines interact, huh? No, but at this point, like if we were to go back to where you are, you're
I'm sitting in the
tank.
tank after the fight. Yeah.
You're still just sitting in the tank, and people
Court
are still
arc coming
filing out.
sooner rather than later.
Say what?
I said court arc coming sooner rather than later.
So, yeah. Claire says she's on her way, and the other two are like, "The fuck she is? No, she's no. I'm not gonna be here when she gets here. Fuck no. Like what? It's Janessa Gold. Like, what do you want me to do? We gotta. This isn't the place that she's gonna find her dead son.
Could I get her name one more time?
Janessa Gold.
Janessa, thank you.
Janessa. What? Let's get him upstairs and close to the door. She's not coming all the way down here. Fine. And so they make an attempt to kind of clean up his body best they can. They bandage this gaping wound that the spike left in his chest. And close his eyes and put him back on the table and roll him to the elevator. They roll him back out of this space. So as they're leaving this, Al, what are you doing?
So if they're taking him out, is there any? Let's see, what can I do? Is there any like discarded like discarded bandages, like it got like blood soaked and they like left it there.
Oh, for
Of
sure.
his?
Like towels that they tried to stop the bleeding. One guy's thinking he could maybe save his life.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, they just kind of left them on a counter nearby.
Just hear me out. Hear me out.
I don't
Okay.
want to hear you out.
I'm going to
Eat it.
nom. I'm gonna grab it, and I'm going to make my way. And fight's happening current, like, yes.
No, I was
No.
the last fight, I think.
Well, no, I mean like your fight with Ren.
No, it hasn't begun.
So they're moving out, but if they're gonna go out the same way, they're going to probably be same timelines.
So
Or
Ren
they're gonna take
is,
him out a different way.
they're
We
going
have, like,
towards the elevator that everybody came down in. So they're going to go
Okay.
back through the fight space, but Ren's not going to call Wayland up because
Yeah,
you're
I'm
trapped
in
in
there
there
for like
until
15. I'm in there for like 15, 20 minutes before.
yeah. So all this is happening during that time.
Oh, we're gonna get funky with timelines.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab that bloody mess, and I'm going to try to see. Does any who? See, I'm trying to think of who would have like a weapon of some sort. I want to leave like a bundle of bloody rags with somebody who has like or had a weapon on them, like a knife or something on them, to
Mhm.
try to say that person did it.
Oh, I see.
But as if you can see what I was getting at, I was gonna go upstairs, and depending on how timelines work, because that's the way I know in and out. So no matter what, I'm going back to the fight ring.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's also the last time I saw Theo and them. So I'm gonna leave something on one of the dead bodies, and then I'm
In
gonna
the med bay? In the med bay?
Yeah, in the med bay. So the med bay is gonna have like someone in the med bay is gonna have some bloody rags of
Dave.
and then I'm gonna keep some of it, and I'm gonna start like once they're gone, I'm gonna peer out and again try to, as nonchalantly as possible,
Mhm.
make my way back to the fight ring. And if the fight is all said and done with and no one is to be found, I may or may not put some bloody rags on, I don't know, like a spider arm thingy.
So that hasn't happened. When they are taking the body to the room, they take him back to the elevator. There is
Okay.
basically nobody around except for the few guards that were guarding the area up to the viewing deck. The crowd's gone out. The other fighters have gone out. They are taking this body in like alone. Just these three kind of. There's some other crew members that are making their way that way as well, but by the time you get there, Theo's just kind of. You might see Theo because you're still kind of hanging out, right, Theo, at that point before
Yeah.
the fight. But Wayland's in a room. Ren is up above.
And this is where timelines get weird because I would totally try to frame Mr. Spider Hands for stabbing this man in the chest.
You could try. There was an entire crowd that watched Wayland kill him in a fight.
They're all scumbags. Alibis.
So do you want to try to make your way up to the viewing deck?
No, that's too metagamey. Unfortunately.
I'm open.
No,
to
I'll
it,
just stick
but-
with trying to frame the blood on one of the dead bodies.
Okay, so you just throw some of the bloody towels on one of the dead bodies in the room. Okay. So do you follow them upstairs at all? Or do you
Yeah, I
come
think
back?
because they're taking the elevator.
Mhm.
I don't know if that would be the smartest thing to do. Because I've already scouted this place out, so I have an okay idea of it, right?
Yeah, you know, the elevator leads up to the factory floor, the same floor that those staircases that you originally took down the previous day when you were scoping it out, they also lead to.
Then yeah, I'll run up there, and when I pass by Theo, I'll be like, we might be in trouble, and I just book it just to keep timelines.
Okay. So they take the body onto the elevator and ride it all the way up, and by the time you scurry up the stairs, these 4 flights of stairs, you see them kind of rolling the table at the opening of that warehouse door, the loading dock door that everybody was entering through tonight. And they're just kind of waiting. They're not really talking. They're not really saying anything. And after a few minutes, a black car rolls up. And the driver parks and gets out of the car and goes around to the back passenger door and opens it up. Where are you positioning yourself?
If I remember right, there's like a supervisor's office or whatever, like kind of in between the docks and like the shop floor.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to like hide in the supervisor's office and try to like watch out. So it's
Okay.
It's a distance, but I'm not trying to get too close.
Yeah, so you may not be able to quite hear what's going on, but you can see what's going on. So from your vantage point, you see this tall, elegant woman step out. She's got alabaster skin, dark black hair. And at this point, the driver pulls out an umbrella just as it's about to rain and walks her to the opening of the shop floor where the body is. And she's wearing kind of a long black dress that's a little too sexy for the occasion.
She was having a night out too.
It's got like a long slit on one side. Deep.
Theo is for sure
V.
sleeping with Kieran's wife.
Oh my God. And from, like I said, you can't hear what's going on, but she slowly walks to the table, and somebody lifts back the now sheet that has covered the body. And you don't see much of a reaction. She doesn't collapse. She doesn't, like, scream out. She just kind of looks to the crew and exchanges some words. And nods. And then gestures that the body be placed in the back of this car with her. And they gingerly go around the other side of the car, place the body in the back, and she kind of gets in. And just before the door shuts, you can see that she places Alden's head on her lap. They close the door. The driver gets back in and drives away. And the crew members kind of shove the table in some corner and just kind of like shake their heads, and they split in all different directions.
Scatter.
Run. We're made, boys. All right. And then at seeing that interaction and just how I wouldn't say nonchalant she is, but I'm definitely worried. But there is, I might even like after everyone's said and gone, poke my head out to see if I'm like listen to see if there's any like traffic coming this way, like light guard or anything like that. And then I'll be making my way back down the stairs. Because obviously I'm assuming, the guys are still there. But if this is gonna be, because I mean, it takes time to drive across town and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming I'm just met with an empty room at this point.
So now let's let the timelines cross a little bit. You won't affect the fight, but by the time you come back down, there is a scuffle happening in the viewing deck. And
Awesome.
and like as you open up you use the elevator or use the stairs?
I would still use the stairs.
So as you come all the way back down and you open the door, you see Theo choke out a guy. You see Wayland to like take on Ren. You see these spider-like tentacles. You see one of the guards be thrown against the back wall. Not long, you see Wayland fly basically across the room, drop Ren in the middle of the room to your location, Al. And now he's on the other side of the door. And we're going to, just so we don't have to back retro act anything, you kind of hang there on the other side of the door so that you don't get caught up in the scuffle. But when you can, you're peeking through and you see...
It's like D&D combat. It's all in the matter of like 6 seconds.
Yeah. And eventually you see Theo plunge these swords straight into this Arch Luminary.
Twice.
No. Plunged once.
And twisted.
No, just drove deeper.
Oh, okay.
You guys are really trying to make Theo out to be this nefarious guy.
It was very shocking to listen to you say that.
So for all intents and purposes, Al, when the fight was done, would you have gone down and linked up with them?
Yeah, I would have. I probably would have, tried to assist in whatever craziness was going on as far as like looking for cameras and blah blah blah.
Okay. So then just to bring everything up to speed, you now are with them and you just exited into the alley as well in the training. So if you want to download any information from them, later's the time. But we're going to put a pin in that moment because you guys are headed back to Theo's, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
To burn all of our clothes.
Other than like sharing all the information that just happened, is there anything specific you're doing before the morning comes? You sent flowers to Kieran from Don Cucci. You sent Retta to start a story naming names about the fight. And when you say naming names, did you mean to include your own?
No.
Okay.
No, that's not true. So that she wouldn't get fired on, you said that
Oh, I did say she can quote me.
yeah, because she was like, if I say this, they're just going to kill me. You're like, then
That's right.
say it was
I
me.
did say she could quote me.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so then the rest of the night would just be burning all of our clothes and
Yeah.
making sure everybody showers and washes away any evidence.
Yeah, being
After-
quoted is not the same as being said to have done the thing.
Well, no, that's not the. It's about the
Oh, okay.
story separate from the killing
Yeah.
of the luminary. But I'm going to strongly recommend as Wayland that at least Theo sleeps in the vault, like his secret room, because like I'm gonna sleep on the ceiling.
On the
or
ceiling?
on the roof, on the roof, on the roof, on the roof,
In
on the
the
roof, on the
rain?
roof, on the roof, on the roof.
It is raining now.
It's got a
Cannon gazebo.
Canopy and everything.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And but I'm gonna strongly urge him to sleep in the safe, just in case someone goes bump in the night.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Theo's only care is evidence gets burned and everybody showers thoroughly.
Have a nice little fire in the gazebo. It keeps you warm.
At one point, Theo, as you guys get home to your house, you do see on your door there is a note that just says, "Your associates, Mr. Sirocco and Miss Kit, are safe."
Okay.
Does it have the symbol on it?
No.
Okay.
That'd be pretty conspicuous.
Just because Syrkon asked that word be sent. Not telling him where you were, just letting him know that you were safe.
Gotcha. Theo will just put that on his desk, and then priorities right now are these 3 hooligans.
The shitstorm coming your way. So, cockle-doodle-doo, next morning,
We finally
Syrkon...
reached a new day!
Yay!
Guys, we finally hit day 4!
Day 4, episode 14. Holy
We're doing this in real time, in real 2-hour
Honestly.
increments.
Yeah. Next day, Kit and Syrkon, you awake in your single room. Syrkon, you had slept on the floor. And Kit had the bed. What would you like to do?
By the time when Kit wakes up, she finds that Syrkon is sitting with his back to the door, like leaning with his back against the door, reading the book that Vox gave him about the plants he was talking about. And his eyes are already blood red. He took X first thing in the morning.
That good X or that bad
Good
X?
X.
Oh,
They gave it back to me.
You gave it to them to study, did you not?
I took the dropper out and I gave them the sample.
Oh, in the dropper,
Mhm.
but not the rest of the vial.
Not the rest of the vial.
Okay.
Who's got police at their doorstep?
Honestly, not here.
Would you
Okay.
like me to roll my X
Yes.
to see? It is a 1.
So, when did you take the X? This morning?
I would, if we cut to before anybody saw him, Syrkon woke up and it was like almost like a junkie having some like the shakes. Like his eyes open and the world had turned back to normal, but now it's like going gray. Somehow it feels like it's going darker, and so he just did it right away.
You're like boxing in.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to actually invoke something for you or compel. Always push
Awesome.
your luck,
Here we go.
because like you saw what happened last time and
Mhm.
you did it again. So, and you don't have the dropper this time.
Nope.
So as you're trying to, because he gave the dropper to
Mm-hmm.
the research team. So as you're trying to like gingerly pour it in your eye,
I was thinking like try to like drip it off, like run it down my finger kind of a thing. But still not good, not accurate.
Like putting in contact.
Right.
yeah, I'm gonna compel that it wasn't quite working for you, and you
Yeah.
go to kind of dump it, and in the dark and in the slippery nature of it being already on your fingers, you drop
don't
the
go blind.
entire rest of the vial into your eyes, and
Holy shit.
you kind of cough and sputter. Some gets in your mouth, up your nose. It's in your eye.
I won't lie,
Insert-
that probably would have woken up Kit. Because
Insert- Crazy train.
Kit would probably have not slept great anyway because of all the stuff that went down. She's in a new place. So she probably would have woken up to that.
Okay, so it's early morning. It's still morning the next day, but it's early morning. There's no windows down here. Did you turn on a dim light?
Yeah, I would assume they would have had some like ambient, almost nightlight, running light in the room.
Almost like along the edges of the floor,
Yeah.
and the ceiling, kind of like what I've got going on here.
Yeah.
And so at the noise, Kit, you kind of wake up and maybe turn on the lights a little further, and you see him sputtering, and there's face covered in this slightly iridescent purplish liquid.
He wipes his face. He starts wiping it down, and then looks up at her from the ground level with his blood red eyes, without saying anything.
And yeah, as a note, before your eyes kind of turned black a little bit, like your pupils expanded. Now it's almost like the entire eyes are blood red. There's no pupils, there's no whites. It's just this blood red. And they kind of have a slight tinge of a glow.
Oh shit.
I think Kit would have gotten up out of bed and like looked at him, and like with a disgusted look, because one of Kit's troubles is does not trust X when used as a human helper, and so she's gonna look down at him and like give him this like I thought we were working through things.
We are.
I thought this is going to be the roadblock between us. And she's going to walk and she's going to go to the bathroom.
Is he in any like searing pain or?
You do experience some burning. Like the first time you kind of felt it in your eyes. And with a 1,
am I like almost kind of crying bloody tears because it's burning my eyes?
a little
His
bit.
whole face is.
Or
Yeah,
at least
you
it
know
looks like that because there's still stuff on my face, so it almost looks like I'm crying
Yeah.
blood.
But
Kit-
instantly that headache starts to come back a little bit. It's not like you're not doubled over. It's not like the episode you had the previous night. But you now are hearing and noticing everything. And it's almost like you can taste it because it's now in your mouth, and you can smell it, and your whole awareness of this situation goes beyond just hearing and seeing perception. It's like you
Syrkon breaks the fourth wall.
you realize you're in a game.
Syrkon looks direct to camera. As he is hunched, like I basically curling into a ball, trying to. I'm gonna roll will to see how I can rein this in. Because my goal is I want to start reining it in and then listen for Naraya.
Okay.
That is, I want to sense her.
Sure.
That is a 6.
Nice. So just like you had done previously, you're getting better at this almost. You just will the ringing to stop and to separate all of these different things you're hearing and smelling and tasting and seeing into separate objects. And as Kit opens the door and heads down the hallway, and there's a little morning hustle and bustle. Kit, as you're headed towards the bathroom, and at one point you might have to have somebody just point you towards the bathroom, which is just around the corner from your bedroom. Now that the door's open, Syrkon, you can hear people chattering. You can almost, if you're listening for Naraya, now that you have the sound of her voice in your mind, it almost takes you out the door, and you can almost, like, Daredevil.
Nice.
Like, you can kind of follow down the hallway and around and into the room, and you know that she's in that war room, in a sense, that she took you last night when she was sharing about the book and those other things that they're working on.
Perfect. I'm going to follow her sound to her.
So you're headed in opposite direction of Kit at this point, headed towards that room.
Split the party.
Split the split party. Let's just all go individually wherever you want to go.
Yeah, Wayland would like to start a lawn mowing company.
What was the one thing Josh recommended us not do early in the season? Don't pull a Walking Dead.
Right. Don't boomerang.
Yep. What are we doing? Boomerang. But that's okay. So you enter through the war room, and you see a lot of the people hunched over, and she's looking in kind of a microscope. And there's the woman that you had seen previously with like the big kind of bottle glasses and overalls. It's just like, yeah, I don't think this is the formula. Essentially, I feel like this might have been an earlier draft. And Noria kind of sets up. Yes, it would appear so. This seems to be unstable. I would not recommend anyone putting it inside there. And she looks up at you.
That's amazing.
Good
Nor
morning.
Would I?
With your glowing red eyes. And this woman with the big bottle glasses like rushes up to you and kind of looks at you a little too close, not obeying personal boundaries.
I
Syrkon
tell
will
her
be
the
fine.
last 4 meals she had because I smell them on her breath.
That's incredible.
And you brush with Colgate.
Go away.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Bobble, you might want to give some distance. I'm just... and she kind of goes around the other side of the table. How do you feel? And she grabs like a notepad and ready to jot down anything you say.
Is her name short for Bobbled?
Bobble! Yes, Bobble is short for Bubbled.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. I feel like a god. Now leave.
I'm
Syrkon is inky in the morning.
Naraya grabs a pot, a steel pot, and a cup and pours hot liquid in it and kind of brings it over to you. Are you a coffee drinker, Mr. Sirocco?
I am. He takes it.
Wouldn't he stim too hard on like the taste of actually tasting? If he can taste someone's breath, wouldn't tasting something be like?
We had this
He's-
conversation. It was he only drinks it black because he could taste every single flavor.
Mm-hmm. And so I take a very, very ginger sip, not because I'm suspicious, but because I'm very scared.
It is a rush, even in that sip. Strangely enough, it's well made. It's not like shitty diner coffee. Somebody took care. It's like you could tell that these coffee beans, similar to the berries that you had last night, are lacking a certain tinge of taste, as a lot of things do have in Aurora. You can even tell that these coffee beans were grown underground, not with direct sunlight. Must have been using some artificial UV rays.
I say all of that.
And Bobble is like grabbing away.
Go away!
And she like brushes past you, like, writing some more things, and she kind of looks around outside the door, and she just kind of goes across the hallway, but she's still watching you through the doorway.
Technically, yeah, she did leave the room. I can't be mad. Naraya,
Yes.
we are going to have to trust each other. We've established this. I need something from you.
Your trust wears a bit thin when you continue to experiment with the very essence we are working to undo.
I reach in his pocket and he pulls out the now empty. This was the last use. I got rid of the rest.
On purpose.
Spoken like a true
Fully
addict.
on purpose.
She grabs a rag from a nearby table and places out her hand,
Drops it in.
wraps it, and gestures to somebody, and they take it away.
Have you sent your men to talk to the owner of the bookstore?
I did. It wasn't open last night, so I just sent them this morning.
Good. When they get back, they will have the information I assured you he would provide. So now I want something. Very small, very easy.
Lower X.
I need a moment alone with Leonold.
Where is Miss Kit?
He closes his eyes. Down the hall, to the right. She doesn't wash her hands long enough.
Sure enough, Kit, you just turned off the
You
tap.
sneeze.
Bless you. Not you. He says to Naraya.
I'm sure Naraya would know that Naraya didn't just sneeze.
I need her to be sure.
And so, Kit, as you're exiting the bathroom, where would you intend to go?
I would have probably followed the scent of coffee. and but not to where they were, probably like the kitchen, because I'm avoiding Syrkon.
Okay.
And then I think Kit's would in hopes kind of sneak away to see if she can go talk to her dad again.
Okay. If that's the trajectory, just so I know.
Yeah.
I'll come back to you in a second. For what purpose do you wish to speak with Leonold?
My purpose is my own. This is about building trust.
It must first be built, Mr. Sirocco.
Then I'll wait for your men to return. If you'd like to waste more time,
Our efforts are one of patience.
then where may I wait?
Anywhere you'd like. You may
Here's fine.
make yourself
Well, actually,
useful
here's.
if you can.
Oh shit! Science off.
And she exits the room.
I follow her.
Do you really?
As soon as she gets the news, then I get what I want.
And as she's walking, she notices you're still behind her.
I'm very close behind her.
Is this what my morning's going to look like, Mr. Sirocco?
I gave you your options. We all make choices.
Listen, part of the way that this will work and has worked for me is that I do not spend all of my time here. I have other appearances to make.
My
In order
schedule
to-
happens to be open.
Appearances that do not include Kieran Gold's right-hand man, whether it's severed or not.
If only I had something else to do.
Bobbled. Please instruct Mr. Sirocco on the ways that we get in and out of our spaces while we wait for his news. And you might turn and you see Bobble put down her notebook and just have a big grin on her face. It's something I developed, actually. It's really exciting. Do you
I
want to
can't wait.
May I not go away now?
Show me.
Okay, it's actually back in this room.
He follows her.
And one of the things that you noticed last night when they were working with this kind of green powder, that they were drawing the Eye of Axiom, is they noticed on the steel plates that when this green powder is placed in kind of a shape of an eye, after a few moments it kind of disappears a little bit. It not quite invisible. If you were looking very hard, you might notice it, but it's not quite as visible. But if you use some of the other green powder, she kind of pours it in a small jar. So you'll notice that there's tunnels right throughout the entire city. And we don't want anybody just accessing them, right? We kind of want it to just be for us. So I developed a system that a certain access points throughout the city, we use these almost like a key, right? So watch this. And there's this practice slate that's got kind of a lock on it. And across it is this Eye of Axiom that's hard to see. But if you use this other green, it's almost like a circuit board, and it connects the circuit and completes. And as it kind of glows, you hear a and then unlocked. Cool, right?
That is incredible. I just imagining Syrkon see with his eyes the way they are now, seeing the reaction happen must be insane.
And you can hear her heartbeat start to race, especially when you give her that compliment.
And you developed this.
She pushes up her glasses. Yeah.
You are remarkable. Tell me more.
Thank you. And as she's kind of going through the rest of the room and showing you some other things.
Syrkon's about to have an affair.
Nan who?
Kit, you make your way towards a smell of coffee, and you pass some other people, and you find the kitchen eventually. And at the stove is a fiery-haired individual. He turns and, hi, Catherine, right?
Yes, yeah. Kit's gonna be like, nervous, I guess. She doesn't want to. She's like looking down at her hands, like, yeah, Catherine. Leonold. Yeah. Leonold?
Yeah. You can just call me Leo, I guess. Leonold's kind of long, but too formal, you know?
Yeah.
I was just making some eggs. Can I throw in a couple more for you?
No, but cups for coffee?
Yeah, you sit. And in this kitchen, there's this long island across from the stove and some cabinets, and there's some stools along the side of it. Yeah, I'll get it. You sit. How'd you sleep?
I'll be honest, not well. Just too much on my mind. I'm a thinker. I need to be doing.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm a little odd in the mornings. I'm used to having a big breakfast. My nan, she usually makes pancakes, and it's just an off morning.
Well, I've soon found that when I first came to be here, the thing that made me most feel at home was just getting to know who I was working with.
Does Tobias respond to Nan at all?
So he pours you a cup of coffee and slides it over and grabs his eggs, and you might notice that you've lived with your dad your whole life, and you know how he takes his eggs. He made them different.
Ooh.
So he sits down and starts using a knife and fork to cut these over medium eggs. And so it can, whatever you're comfortable with, but can I ask how you came to be an intern of Miss Naraya?
Friend of mine made Vox,
yeah.
is it?
Mhm.
An offer he really couldn't refuse. And long story short, Naraya thought we could be of some help, and I don't want to get into too deep into it. Politics and such.
Right.
What? How about you?
Well, I'm told that I was brought down here by that same Vox. He's quite the kid.
Yeah.
But under much different circumstances. I was beat up pretty bad. Not exactly sure why, or I don't know if I was mugged or what, but they kind of nursed me back to health, and I don't really know where I came from, and kind of feel like I owe them a debt of gratitude, so they allowed me to stick around, and I'm kind of a curious person, and good with a wrench, so I've made myself useful. I got to keep my hands busy,
Oh yeah, me too. Brain's always going, always thinking.
Yeah. I can't help but think, after we met last night, I had one of those dreams again. And there's just this person that keeps coming back, but it's in flashes, and honestly, she shifts. You're sure I don't know you? I mean, earlier somebody was saying that we kind of look alike, which is funny. It's funny.
Others have noticed. Syrkon's been listening to their entire conversation and ignoring.
You just said that to your damn self.
I said that. I said that aloud in the room.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
You're just in front of another person. Others have noticed.
And
yeah, we all use the tunnel system, actually.
Actually, a lot of people don't really find me that remarkable, but I'm glad you have, says Bobbolt, cutting back to the kitchen.
When they took my stuff, how much of my stuff did they take? They just take weapons, or they take everything?
They took everything at first, but then last night, when they brought all the things back and saw the vials. They kept your handgun, but they did hand you the wrench and all of your personal items.
Okay. So at this point, Kit is going to be fidgeting in her pocket of the photo that says, "I'm sorry." And debating in her head what she should do. I don't know. I guess they say people with red hair, cut from the same cloth, maybe? I don't know. Maybe that's why you think so. Maybe it's just because we share a lot of similarities. I don't know.
Do we share other similarities? You said
Well,
your brain keeps racing, but
we both like to fix, right?
Oh, you do? Are you good with a wrench?
Some could say I had a great teacher.
Really? You're so young.
Oh, well, I grew up among it. You know, family business and, you know.
Was that your nan, you said?
My dad, actually. And his dad, and, you know, family business.
Is not to pry, but oftentimes people don't end up here unless it's the last resort. From speaking with some other people, but am I safe to assume that you lost him?
Only part of him.
I've pried too much. I apologize.
No. You're fine. It's just fresh. So, it's still a little sore. It's raw. I don't think grief is linear. So, forgive me. You're fine. You did not pry. It's just hard subject to talk about.
Sure. I understand. Well, it seems like we've got plenty of time to get to know each other. Hopefully.
I hope so. I'd love to see your workshop today if you have some free time. You know, like I said, I like to fix.
Yeah, I would love that. Actually, I feel somewhat responsible. I don't know if you've heard, but that we kind of had a bit of a outburst lately at that new institute being put up, and I feel semi-responsible that it got mucked up a bit, and we weren't able to collect all the machinery that we needed, so I've been trying to recreate it the best I could. Could use a hand.
Oh, yeah. And Tobias... Leonold? You can't change the past, but you can work making a better future.
At the moment you say Tobias, his fork drops. And as you finish your sentence, you look up and you see him just like staring down, almost like something just punched him in the back of the head.
What do I hear in his body?
He shitted.
Are you choking? Are you okay? Do you need some water?
Yeah, water would be nice.
She runs to the sink and grabs him a large glass of water. Here. Breathe.
Did you say something?
I coughed.
Jesus Christ.
But before you called me Leonold, did you call me something else?
No, I coughed.
Some kind of check. What a roll for that. You don't get to cough the word Tobias.
Roll deception.
Oh, shit.
Sorry for backseat DM.
No, you're right. No, that is
Simply
a roll.
won't stand for Tobias.
I have a +0 on this. Jesus. -2.
Honestly, it deserves to be -2 with that cover.
Everybody coughs like that.
I didn't. Okay, let me stop for a second. I did not mean to say Tobias. It was a Freudian slip.
That's even
you
better.
literally did it.
It was a Freudian slip.
So good. I love that.
Okay, so with a negative,
Happy accidents.
It's fate.
you did. You did. You said it. You said a name. Say it again. Please say it again.
And at this point, Kit's gonna slowly pull the pitcher out and hand it to him.
And that's got.
I'm sorry, and it's me on my dad's lap.
And he just stares. And his hand starts shaking. And Syrkon, you can hear a deep gulp. And you hear the
She's gonna
heartbeat
grab
that
his
is
hand.
racing that's slowing down.
She's gonna grab his hand at this point and look at him. We do know each other. Your name is Tobias Pfeiffer. And you're my dad.
And he lets go of your hand and runs around the other side of the island and asks with his body if he can hug you.
And Kit. Okay, hold on. I think Kit at this point is just gonna collapse.
And you both do. And he collapses and he's holding you and almost instinctually starts pinching your curls.
Oh, stop!
Like Nan had, like he had. And he squeezes you tighter and tighter.
And then you break in half.
And you hear in your ear, Kit?
Yeah, Dad.
My kid. My kid. I don't know what I did, but I am so sorry. What are you doing here?
I don't know. I don't know, Dad.
I wish I could explain what's going through my mind. I wish I could explain how I ended up here. That's still foggy. But the fact that you're here with me, I don't care. Kit. Did I do something bad?
I don't think so, Dad. I define bad. Because let me tell you about the last 72 hours.
And he leans back and brushes the tears from your cheek and wipes his. I would very much like to hear about your last 72 hours. And you'll notice that
He
even
eats the
his-
eggs now.
his voice sounds slightly different all of a sudden. Sounds-
More Dad and less Leonold.
Exactly.
Can I interject really quick?
Yeah.
When you guys were doing this whole thing, I in my head I was just saying, "Don't say kitten, don't say kitten," because I was like, this is getting tense, and I'm like an emotional person. You know what I mean? I was like sitting there like watching a scene. I was like, if he says kitten right now, I might fucking go. I might. Go. And you were like, my kit, and I was like, phew.
It might be more of a Nan thing.
Yeah, maybe it's a Nan thing. But the kitten thing, I was not ready for it. I was not ready for that.
And Syrkon is in the room. Has been listening to all of this.
The blood tears.
Oh god, what is her name?
Are you joking?
Bobbled.
Bubble.
Bubbled.
Did you just joke to me that you
What?
didn't know that name?
I did.
That's the most insane name I've ever heard in my life.
I just completely forgot it for a second. Back in the room, because he's been listening to all this while she's been talking. Her back has been to him while she's explaining stuff, and she turns around and she sees that his head is in his hands, and he's. Better and better.
And it's at that.
If Syrkon's the BBEG, you have to tell me, I think. It has to be stated.
It's at that moment that Naraya comes to the doorway. Well, Mr. Sirocco, it would appear you might know the whereabouts of a second volume.
And whatever gave you that idea?
Built trust.
That is why I sent you to get the information. If I just said I had one, would you have believed me?
Abso-fucking-lutely not.
Trust.
Pin in this. We're gonna close today's episode with a news headline. Going across the airwaves, being printed in The Truth. Secret fight ring exposed.
Secret?
Secret-ish. Arch Luminary of Engineering responsible. Youngest gold murdered. That's where we're gonna end tonight, guys.
Ah! Oh god, this city's about to explode.
Oh my god.
I'm not okay. I'm just letting you guys know. I
Dude,
am not okay.
that was crazy.
I'm not
That was
okay.
amazing.
I was not ready for that stupid Freudian slip.
Honestly, when you said Tobias, my whole body got the chills and my eyes welled up immediately.
Okay,
Listen, I was
I
going
did
to use a
not mean
fate
to
point
say
if you
it. I
tried
did-
backing out of it.
I honestly did not mean to say it. I did not mean to say it.
It was so good.
It felt really pointed, which is the crazy part.
Right, yeah.
I did not.
So you know what that is? It must be fate. If you guys are enjoying this madness of a ride that we are all taking together, then let somebody else know and leave a comment below. Leave a review on the podcast. We'd love for you to share your thoughts. Join the Discord. If you're in the Twitch, you can use Command Discord to join and share these thoughts and hang out with all of us geeks at the 4 Geeks by Geeks area. Also, Go over to Cantina 13, see the cantinis that Austin's continually building, see the amazing art that he's building on Bird Suck. Watch those streams, they're too much fun. Check out Dairy Public Radio, the bi-weekly Stephen King, bi-weekly Stephen King podcast where they geek out about everything Stephen King. And Let's Get Rolling is doing all of the things that we're doing here, but better and over there.
Also, go buy merch. We have really cool merch that Austin designed.
Yeah. All of our amazing art by our amazing artist, Austin Birdsuck. And the profits go straight to support him in what he's doing. So love him, love the art, love yourself. But until next time, I'm Bozer.
I'm Austin.
I'm here.
I'm Britt.
I'm Josh.
I'm T, and we didn't do an intro.
We don't do intros anymore. We haven't done intros for a while.
Right into it.
Who
And
cares
you
about intros?
just
Episode
keep
14.
Geeking out.
Bye-bye.
Bye.